Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Arts Social at Home, the Greater Hartford Arts Council's virtual celebration of the arts. I'm Chris McGoldrick, and I'm joined by Emma Ladd, my event co-chair. We will serve as your MCs, and we'll be joining you tonight throughout the program.
I'd like to thank you for joining us for this very special version of the Arts Social. While 2020 has been an incredibly difficult year in so many fronts, we are still finding glimmers of a hope of the strength of our community and the power of the arts. Tonight, we celebrate the arts right here in Greater Hartford and raise critical funds to support the arts. Our local artists and arts and cultural organization, which like so many others have been devastated by the ongoing pandemic. Many still unable to open their doors to the public, but vital community assets. Thank you for your help. For those who have donated when you registered, your gift is already making a difference. Throughout the event, we will have a mobile giving campaign. You will receive a text message with a very quick link and easily that you can make a donation to support the arts. We hope you consider giving generously today.
Of course, you can also place bids through our silent auction for some amazing arts experiences and one-of-a-kind pieces of art. You'll see a link on your screen, and you can bid all the way through tomorrow evening, Friday, October 16th. Of course, we also want to thank and recognize tonight's sponsors: Travelers, Voya, Stanley Black & Decker, Deloitte, Prudential, Hartford Hospital, Robinson & Cole, and Hinckley Allen. Thank you for helping us build a stronger community through the arts.
First, let's raise our glasses to start the evening. For those of you who just cooked alongside Chef Anderson, we hope you're enjoying your meals. For those who have mixed up the signature cocktail and everyone has a glass and a cup in their hands, please raise your glasses with us in a kickoff toast to the arts. Here's to a celebration of arts in each and every one of your homes. Please enjoy the performance. Cheers.
Pack up all my cares and woes, there I go, singing low. Bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet, so is he. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here can love or understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, blackbird.
Yeah. Yo, say bye-bye to the bad luck attitude and say hello to the good that I am bringing you. I'm seeing you, optimistic, even if right now you're only seeing it through peripherals. I love you, yeah, I love you, my brother, cause we have empathetic understanding of one another. So let's advance in the positive light and keep it cool like Jay when he's rocking the mic. Keep it smooth like Kane every time it recites. Drop a jewel like the queen when we're watching her light on TV, over on the Walk of Fame. Pharrell did the same thing, they're both great names. When your glasses half full, no matter what they pull, you see the good coming to you. Though the road gets bumpy like Farmington Ave, be grateful for the good things that you have.
What an amazing performance. As many of you know, Kathy Malloy, who was the Arts Council CEO for nearly a decade, recently wrapped up her tenure leading the organization. The Greater Hartford Arts Council owes a debt of gratitude to Kathy for her unwavering dedication to Arts Council and for her steady leadership. Kathy saw the Arts Council through 2 strategic plans, developed countless new partnerships, and oversaw the development of innovative new programs to serve the Greater Hartford community. On behalf of the Arts Council's Board of Directors, staff, and the arts and cultural community you have served, thank you, Kathy. Thank you for all you have done and for all we know you will continue to do to support the arts.
Thank you, Emma. In my time at the Arts Council, I have seen how truly special the artists and arts organizations are in this region. Not only does Greater Hartford have one of the highest concentrations of arts organizations in the country, but it is also has one of the most diverse cultural landscapes, from large historic organizations to neighborhood arts programs. They are all making a difference in people's lives every day. They are all community assets that deserve our support and our investment. The arts give us so much to this community, supporting nearly 7,000 jobs, generating nearly $230 million in economic activity each year. But more importantly, the arts inspire us and they unite us. This has never been more clear. Throughout this pandemic, we have seen people turning to the arts for comfort, for reflection, and for joy, all while out of the necessary concern for public safety and to follow the health guidelines, dozens of arts and cultural institutions in our region remain closed to the public, while others are just now starting to reopen their doors after months of being closed. The effects of these closures and the ongoing pandemic will be felt for years to come. There has rarely been a time when the arts have needed our support more, or been a time when the Arts Council's role in the community has been more important. The Greater Hartford Arts Council has been serving this community for nearly 50 years. In that time, we have provided critical, unrestricted operating support to help grow some of our region's most renowned institutions in what they are today. We are so proud of this role that we have played throughout the years. In more recent years, we have also been serving emerging organizations, helping them find their niche in the community, build the resources and skills needed to become sound organizations poised to serve this community for decades to come. Our donors are what make our work possible. All of you here this evening are helping to make the critical work of the Greater Hartford Arts Council possible. You are supporting museums. You are supporting theaters, education programs, art therapy programs, after-school programs, and dozens of other initiatives. You are helping to improve lives and transform our community. Thank you for all that you have done, and please continue to support the important work of the Greater Hartford Arts Council. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. While you will certainly be missed, you have left the Arts Council well poised for even greater success in the future. Next, we would like to share a story of how the arts are making a difference in our community. This is a story of Southington Community Cultural Arts, amazing all-access program. Enjoy.
My son is John G. That is his name ever since he became a teenager. He goes to special needs school for autism, and his number one reward was always to sit on the mats and draw.
Part of my mission is to have the work of this population seen by as many people as can, to integrate them with the community. We focus on visual arts, painting, drawing, pastels, weaving, and anything we can think of in our imagination to share with them. It's really wonderful that organizations such as the Greater Hartford Arts Council understand and appreciate and realize what a service this is for the community.
These dreams are supported here, and today he's able to do that and have friends.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Karen Eisenbach, and I'm the chair of the Arts Council's Board of Directors. The video you just saw from the Southington Community Cultural Arts was taken before the pandemic took hold, and it's an incredible reminder of the power of the arts and the need for supportive programming. In this case, the arts are the vehicle for creating community, for bringing people together of all abilities to learn, create, and enjoy a shared experience that otherwise may not be available. Last spring, Southington Cultural Arts partnered with the Community Foundation of New Britain and Jerry Artarama to provide participants with materials needed to continue the program at home, and the classes were held virtually. There are countless stories like this, of programs being adapted overnight in response to the pandemic, and art being used in new ways to serve the community. From the dancers who stepped off the stage to deliver meals, to artists creating sidewalk murals to thank essential workers, and musicians offering virtual lessons and concerts as a refuge from isolation. 2020 has reminded us that the arts are vital to our world and to our individual well-being. I am so proud to be part of the Arts Council and the work this organization does to support hundreds of incredible artists, organizations, and community programs in Greater Hartford. The Arts Council is the only organization in our region solely focused on the arts. We firmly believe that a robust arts ecosystem is essential to maintaining strong, healthy, and united communities, and we work hard every day alongside all of you to make that a reality. Together, we are ensuring that our region's arts and cultural organizations can continue to serve our community and make our programs accessible to all, welcoming thousands of students to expand their learning and offering therapeutic art programs that help improve well-being. With all the change that this year has brought, and with the Arts Council's upcoming 50th anniversary in 2021, we're taking this as an opportunity for reflection. We're thinking about the important role we've played for decades, how our community's needs have changed over time, and how this organization has reinvented itself time and again. And the Arts Council is evolving once again, right along with the community we serve. In the coming months, we'll enter a new strategic planning process. We'll reflect on where we've been and all the incredible accomplishments. But we'll also take time to consider how we can be even more effective. We firmly believe this is an opportunity for growth, and we look forward to having conversations with supporters, community members, corporate partners, artists, and arts leaders, because it will take all of us working together to ensure that arts continue to thrive in Greater Hartford. Thank you so much, and enjoy the program.
Thank you, Karen. I hope the story of the All Access program and Karen's words help illustrate just how integral the arts are to our health and our well-being. We hope you're inspired to support programs like this and so many others with your gift to the Greater Hartford Arts Council. Please don't forget, click the link that was texted to you and give generously. Next, we have a performance from Gary Capizzo, an incredibly talented musician who is a member of the HSO, as well as an adjunct professor of violin at Quinnipiac University, and associate violin faculty member at the Hotchkiss School. Last spring, Gary also contracted COVID-19, and he spent weeks recovering. From that experience, he was inspired to help give back to his community and help fellow artists whose livelihood had been taken away literally overnight. He decided to start a Facebook fundraiser, and he made the Arts Council the beneficiary of the funds that he raised. Gary then heard about the Arts Council's own Artist Relief Fund grant program and decided to make it his mission to use the funds that he raised to provide additional relief to local artists. Gary is an incredible example of the difference a single person can make. Thanks to his passion for the community and dedication to helping fellow musicians, we'll soon open another round of relief funds for individual artists just like Gary. If you'd like to contribute, please give now. And now, a performance by Gary. Thanks so much, Gary. That was an incredible performance and an inspiring story. Now I'd like to introduce Kevin Smith. He's the Vice President of the Arts Council's Board of Directors and the Executive Vice President of Travelers International. Kevin's going to say a few words on behalf of our presenting sponsor, Travelers.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Smith, Executive Vice President and Chief Innovation Officer at Travelers. I also serve as Vice President of the Board of Directors for the Greater Hartford Arts Council, and I'm pleased to welcome you to our first Arts Social at Home. The Greater Hartford Arts Council has served this region for nearly 50 years. It's the only organization in this area solely dedicated to supporting the arts. Its mission is to provide hundreds of arts and cultural groups with the resources they need to inspire all people to connect with and invest in the arts. Tonight, our purpose is to raise critical funds for the organizations we support, which, like so many others, are struggling to keep their businesses afloat during this time. But we're also here to honor our recipients of the 2020 Arts Inspiration Award. I'd like to extend a big congratulations to Deloitte, Elizabeth Norman, and Travelers' own Paul Eddy. These three share the Council's leadership and dedication to creating strong communities through the arts. Thank you all for your contributions. And like our honorees this evening, Travelers understands the importance of arts and culture and how it enriches communities, enhances learning, and builds multicultural understanding, sparking important dialogue about diversity and inclusion, among other significant topics. And we're proud to be the presenting sponsor of tonight's event. So thank you for joining us virtually to help support the Greater Hartford Arts Council. I hope you enjoy the evening, and I look forward to when we can again celebrate the arts in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin, and thank you to Travelers for your long-standing commitment to the arts, your dedication to the Hartford community, and your partnership with Arts Council. Now, I would like to introduce Amanda Roy, Director of Community Impact at the Arts Council.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here with you virtually. As Director of Community Impact at the Arts Council, I get to work directly with hundreds of artists and arts leaders. I see firsthand the impact of their work in our region, and I am so proud to work right alongside them. 2020 has brought challenge after challenge and reminded us of the importance of community. But it has also shown us that there is still so much work to be done to create a more equitable community for all, as we witnessed the murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and so many others. The Greater Hartford Arts Council stands firm in our commitment to take action in support of social justice and racial equity. We have been taking time internally to consider how we can do better. We are continuing to study, design, and implement grant-making practices that increase access and decrease barriers to art makers who have been historically under-resourced. We are talking to artists about how we can best support them and looking for ways we can be better community partners. We are committed to doing the work for the long term and will continue to evolve. This year has also reaffirmed our role as a convener and advocate for the arts and culture sector. Last spring, as the pandemic took hold and we were all searching for ways to continue to serve the community, the Arts Council brought together dozens of arts leaders for peer-to-peer discussions. These discussions ranged from the best technology to use for live streaming events to working with schools during distance learning and how to even begin planning for reopening. These calls literally got some of us through the toughest days, helped leaders make difficult decisions, and helped boards feel more confident in those decisions. These calls created a sector-wide support network like no other and have sparked new collaborations. New collaborations, adaptations, and innovations have been a hallmark of 2020. We applied all three to our Neighborhood Studios Teen Apprentice program as we worked with our arts organization partners to create virtual studios. There was a jazz ensemble done virtually at the Artists Collective, smartphone photography at the Amistad Center, and virtual set design at TheaterWorks. It took incredible innovation from arts educators to adapt curriculum to a virtual model and new collaborations to overcome tech challenges. But all of it came together to create, honestly, one of the best neighborhood studio seasons in memory. Apprentices expressed that this summer boosted their creativity even further as they looked at ways to adapt their art and their communication skills to a virtual work environment. But this program has always been life-changing for apprentices. Let's take a look back at the program in 2019.
When people are supporting each other, then we're gonna bring in positive energy. Connection with teaching is something that I'll take with me for the rest of my life.
You meet all these great people.
Here I am. I did it. Go for it. Just do it.
Program's been around now for 21 years. To see a big program like this impact so many lives, I love to be a part of that and to see how we can make this program grow to impact even more people.
My master teacher artist, I've known her for about 2 years now, and she's helped me with a lot. I have a lot that goes on in my personal life, so she'll help me put it into writing. I told her I'm having a really hard time right now, and she was like, you can make this kind of poem out of it.
Teamwork is really important for breakdancing Shakespeare and for any other thing as well. We're always there for each other because we wouldn't want to feel down if we can't get something, so we always are trying to be there for each other.
My support from my master teaching artist was incredibly helpful. He really helped me figure out the core of the story that I wanted to tell, and I don't think I would have made the same thing without him.
As the master teaching artist assistant, I got to see these kids grow up and develop their skills, as well as make great new friends and lifelong networking opportunities.
I am so proud of the impact the Neighborhood Studios program makes each and every year, even in its virtual form in 2020. This year, we're also excited to collaborate with an amazing group of local artists who now serve as our Artist Advisory Committee. The group began meeting virtually in June and has already proven a vital asset for the Arts Council. They helped us shape our Artist Relief Fund, advising us on how to create an application that met artists where they were in some of the most trying times of their lives, and helped us determine how we could assure funding to BIPOC artists in our region. Most recently, members of the committee have helped us hire Indigenous artists for the Indigenous Peoples Day celebration in collaboration with the Hartford Public Library. The Make Music Hartford Committee, which generally helps us bring Make Music Hartford to life each year on June 21st, has begun shifting their focus to ways we can support musicians beyond the month of June. They have given us incredible insight into the stressors affecting musicians during these COVID times and ways we can help. Along with creating virtual music experiences, this September, the group launched Tip a Musician Tuesday to encourage everyone to donate virtual tips to musicians. We'll promote this day on the third Tuesday of each month. When you support the Greater Hartford Arts Council, these are the types of programs and services you're supporting. You're helping us provide a variety of resources to support and sustain the arts and culture sector in our region. I'd like to introduce our next video clip. It showcases the Sonia Plum Dance Company turning the triangle, geometry, and dance. This program focuses on the conceptual understanding of geometry by applying the concepts to the body in motion. With the assistance of a giant protractor, students physically interpret angles and triangles and discover that they can move through space by turning, jumping, or walking in the shape they have formed. Students then create dances based on their discoveries, laying the foundation for patterns, symmetry, and hierarchy. A fun way to develop flexible thinking. Enjoy.
As a teacher, you always want to have some sort of hook in the lesson. You want something to get them interested in it. Sonia Plum's dance company demonstrated angles, triangles, and various different math activities.
The concept of today was geometry and dance. It's amazing what the impact is. Greater Hartford Arts Council has been supportive of Sonia Plum Dance for a very long time. We are getting into almost every school in Hartford. Our programs have expanded to West Hartford, New Britain, and I want to share more of it. It's exciting, and it's exciting to teach them when they're open to it.
This video illustrates another amazing example of the work our arts and cultural organizations are doing. Sonia Plum Dance Company created a new way to integrate dance and math that sparks children's imagination while helping them learn. Unfortunately, today, they can't bring this program to the schools, but are looking for new ways to share its lessons. As schools adapt to the various models of teaching, hybrid, in-person, remote, or any combination, arts and cultural organizations are adapting their programs as quickly as possible, often with little financial resources available. Yet, another reason we're asking you to give the arts this evening, so we can help organizations adopt their educational programs to continue to serve the hundreds of thousands of students they would typically support each year. Thank you for your continued support. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce Kate McComber, Interim CEO of the Greater Hartford Art Council.
Good evening. Thank you all so much for joining us for the Art Social at Home. Even though we can't be together, I'm thrilled we can still celebrate the arts virtually. Like many of our speakers have shared tonight, we have so much to be proud of. Each year, the Arts Council's granting programs provide critical funding to dozens of arts and cultural organizations. In turn, that funding allows those organizations to provide more than 600 free community programs, welcome more than 100,000 students, provide therapeutic arts programming, create new exhibitions, tell untold stories, support local artists, and so much more. Our community programs, like Summer in the City, in partnership with the City of Hartford and Raytheon, ensure our region's cultural celebrations can continue. Make Music Hartford brings the international celebration of music to the capital city with dozens of free musical events, all in a single day. While these programs had to be adapted in 2020, they still brought so much joy and sparked hope for so many. And the Arts Council's sector-wide support services, which you've heard so much about tonight, have become more vital than ever. You, our supporters, have helped to make our work possible for nearly 50 years, and there's so much more we can accomplish together. Thank you for your support tonight, and thank you for sharing our belief that the arts can be a catalyst for change. The arts are absolutely vital to the Greater Hartford region, and I look forward to working with our donors, our corporate partners, and the arts and cultural community as we embark on the next chapter of the Greater Hartford Arts Council. Now, it's my pleasure to present the Arts Council's second annual Arts Inspiration Awards. This award honors an individual and an organization that share the Arts Council's commitment to using the power of the arts to create a stronger community. The recipients demonstrate extraordinary leadership and dedication to supporting the arts. They also seek to inspire others to join their efforts. First, our board president, Paul Gazzardi, will introduce our individual recipients.
Good evening, everyone. It's my honor to introduce our 2020 Arts Inspiration Award individual honorees, Paul Eddy and Elizabeth Norman. Paul and Elizabeth are a remarkable couple whose dedication to the Greater Hartford community knows no bounds. Paul and Elizabeth have been lifelong Hartford area residents with deep ties to a number of arts organizations. Paul joined Travelers 40 years ago right out of UConn Law School, and since 2009 has served as Group General Counsel for International Insurance at Travelers. Paul was a longtime board member of Riverfront Recapture and has served on the board of the Hillstead Museum and is currently the president of the board for the Mark Twain House. Elizabeth joined Travelers right out of Smith College, and in 1987 moved into arts management and the development office of the Wadsworth Athenaeum. In the mid-1990s, she served as interim director of Hillstead before becoming executive director of the Roberts Foundation. Elizabeth is also the co-founder of Connecticut Explored, the nonprofit magazine for Connecticut history, which she serves as president and publisher. She is also the co-editor of African American Connecticut Explored. She currently serves on the board of the Amistad Center for Art and Culture. She has served on the boards of the Roberts Foundation, Connecticut Landmarks, and the Farmington Valley Arts Center. Of course, Paul and Elizabeth have also generously donated to the arts for more than 30 years. They are truly an inspiring couple who have given so much to the Greater Hartford community. It's our honor to recognize them with the 2020 Arts Inspiration Award. Paul and Elizabeth have sent us this message.
Hi, I'm Paul Eddy.
And I'm Elizabeth Norman.
Thanks for being with us for the Greater Hartford Arts Council, the Arts Social at Home. We're honored to be awarded the Arts Council's 2020 Arts Inspiration Award and want to give a shout out to Travelers, my employer for 40 years, for their generous support of the arts and for supporting employees like me in volunteering and in serving on boards of the Arts Council and the other arts organizations in the community, as well as giving generously to workplace campaigns. We also want to congratulate Deloitte on their award this evening.
Paul and I have a long history working, in my case, or serving on the boards of arts organizations. I was also an arts funder for 12 years as executive director of the Edward C. and Auntie Roberts Foundation, which gave me a front row view of the many organizational and funding challenges and artistic triumphs of arts organizations in Greater Hartford. I also co-founded and have led Connecticut Explored, the magazine of Connecticut history, which loves to incorporate art history and the activities of arts and heritage organizations in its pages, and has introduced me to particularly the Amistad Center for Art and Culture. I've always said that the only thing between an arts organization and its fulfilling its artistic mission is money. Arts leaders have the passion, they have the vision, give them the money, and fantastic things will happen. We hope you will join us in generously supporting the arts.
I worked with and served on the board of Riverfront Recapture. I served as board president at the Hillstead Museum, and I currently serve as board president for the Mark Twain House and Museum in Hartford. Elizabeth serves on the board of the Amistad Center for Arts and Culture. These organizations mean a lot to us because they combine history and the arts. Mark Twain is perhaps our nation's best-known author, but he was also a neighbor of Harriet Beecher Stowe, and the Harriet Beecher Stowe Center is another organization we are happy to support.
I had the incomparable experience of leading Hillstead Museum as interim director in the late 1990s, and what a fantastic museum that is, with an incredible collection of French Impressionist paintings on 150 gorgeous acres in Farmington, a great place to go to work every day. The Amistad Center for Art and Culture is an absolute gem too, with a national story based in its premier collection of 7,000 historical artifacts and works of art representing 400 years of the African American experience. I'm honored to serve on the Amistad Center's board because that organization and its mission is so critically important right now. If you haven't seen it yet, visit the center's Freedom and Fragility exhibition to deepen your understanding of the African American experience and to be inspired too.
Both the Mark Twain House and the Amistad Center have reopened to visitors, but all is not back to normal, and they need the Arts Council's full support. We're mindful, too, of the performing arts organizations that have not been able to safely reopen. Though many have pivoted to online performances, we all miss the live performances and the live arts experience. We look forward to returning to theaters and music and dance performances, but we think of what a shame it would be if we returned to a fraction of the arts that Greater Hartford has enjoyed over the years.
It's really unthinkable. This is the time to dig deep and join us in generously supporting the Greater Hartford Arts Council tonight and in your year-end giving.
We accept this honor on behalf of ourselves, Travelers, the Mark Twain House and Museum, the Amistad Center for Arts and Culture, and all the arts and culture organizations we all love in Greater Hartford. Give generously. You'll be rewarded by the artistic experiences your gifts can support.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Paul and Elizabeth. We're so happy to honor you. Our 2020 Arts Inspiration Award corporate honoree is Deloitte. Deloitte is a leader in the audit and assurance, tax, consulting, risk, and financial advisory services sector. The company is also deeply committed to making an impact that matters. It is their mission to harness the collective power of Deloitte's people to help shape the future. For nearly 40 years, Deloitte has been a steadfast partner of the Greater Hartford Arts Council, providing critical and consistent support, offering leadership on our board of directors, as well as engaging their employees through an annual workplace giving campaign. Thank you to Deloitte for your commitment to Greater Hartford, your commitment to arts and culture, and your ongoing support of the Greater Hartford Arts Council. And now we have a message from Deloitte.
Good evening. I'm Rich Tavillari, Hartford Managing Partner of Deloitte LLP. I'm extremely honored to accept the Arts Inspiration Award tonight on behalf of Deloitte. The Arts Council has a long, rich tradition of providing significant, unrestricted support to the Greater Hartford region over its near 50-year history, and Deloitte is proud to have a long-standing relationship. Our donations and workplace campaigns illustrate our commitment to the Arts Council and the health of the communities we serve. We recognize how arts play a critical component to vibrant communities that extend well beyond the entertainment provided to the tens of thousands in the Hartford region. We applaud the Arts Council and all that it does to make this a better place to live, work, and play, and are proud to be a supporter, along with many others across the Hartford region, who share a similar appreciation for the importance of the organization. Together, we are all making an impact every day. A big congratulations to Paul Eddy and Elizabeth Norman on their Arts Inspiration Award. I am honored to share this virtual stage with you. I know many of you agree with me when I say I long for the day where we can all join in person again. A big thank you to Paul Gazzardi, one of our managing directors, for his continued involvement and dedication to the board, and to the Greater Hartford Arts Council for finding Deloitte to be deserving of this award. Stay healthy and have a wonderful evening.
Congratulations, Paul and Elizabeth, and thank you, Deloitte, for your dedication to the community. That brings us to the end of the Art Social at Home. We appreciate you taking the time to enjoy tonight's event and for all of your generous support. Our work wouldn't be possible without each and every one of you.
We would also like to take another moment to thank our sponsors. We appreciate your dedication to arts. Thank you also to our Art Social Committee, a group of board members and volunteers who helped make tonight possible and whose support is invaluable.
We also want to recognize all of the artists and arts leaders whose work to serve the people of Greater Hartford is the reason we are all here. All of our combined efforts create a stronger, more unified community through the arts. Thank you for joining us. Please remember that our silent auction will be open until tomorrow evening, Friday, October 16th, and we hope you bid on the great arts experiences offered.
Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for your generosity. Enjoy the evening.
Touchdown sound.
Insufferable. Why you wanna be argumental? I'm mad you boy, yeah. Still need you to be all up in it. Yeah, I know that we know good, but I can't help but do this. Yeah, know that we know good, but what we got is good, yeah. Run it back, I need more time. Open that bottle of wine. Let's know all of the signs. We can do whatever you like. I try to fall back, but you I fall for you got it. You ain't for me, that make me want more. You got it. Voice inside me, I can't ignore. Yeah, can't stand you, but need it. You got we'd be codependent. So natural, I can't focus, can't stay away. I'm too selfish, know that we not good, but I can't help but do this. Yeah, know that we not good, but boy, you got that good. Running back, I need more time. Finish that bottle of wine. Let you know, roll of the signs. We can do whatever you like. I try to fall back, but you will fall for it. You got it. You ain't for me, that make me want more. You got it. Voice inside